If you have ever tried to change who you are as a person, you would have felt this invisible force just keeping you stuck. Well, the mind has two parts, and it's like all kind of obvious, the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. And a better way to put this is what's in your awareness and what's not in your awareness. The majority of it is not in your awareness because right now your awareness is on me. Watching this, me talking about the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. Well, what did you eat for breakfast yesterday? Boom. That whatever food item just popped into your awareness. Look at this video. Look outside. What is red right now? That just popped into your awareness. That is awareness. And the second thing that I want to tell you is this idea of trauma. You have experienced trauma. What this means is that this is kind of like, this is hard to think about because we often think that it means like really bad stuff would have happened to us. But my life is pretty alright. Even my childhood, it was pretty alright. There was nothing too bad that was traumatic. Listen to this carefully. I'll give you an example. It's not about the situation, it's about the perspective. So when you were a little kid, being mocked and teased in class is a traumatic experience. Being lost in the grocery store is a traumatic experience. Being punished for a dumb thing that you did is for being punished for being loud, being punished for just being weird and expressing yourself. That could be traumatic. Even those are examples. And what happens is, in that perspective, in that little kid's perspective, just gets too much. It's too much to handle, and then you just disown that part of yourself. Like, this is no longer me. You push it out of your awareness. And in this, like, early parts, is in this, like, the zone out of your awareness, these are where your core beliefs are formed. The beliefs that are so unshakable about the world that you wouldn't even dare question them. This could be beliefs, your early childhood experiences, how you were treated. Maybe that is the core, that is the cause of right now your self-worth as a person. That is the cause of the self-worth that you have right now. Maybe if you had, in the early experiences, you had like bad friendships. You're like, this is what a friendship should be like. And now you just get yourself into toxic friendships and relationships that you don't actually value. If you were brought up in the place where, let's say, in your childhood, everyone has like always had problems, and you're like and you just like smiled and joked around, and they're like, what are you so happy about? Disown. And it's often subtle. It's not something that you would notice. But what happens is, when you just like avoid it and stuff it down into out of your awareness, it builds up charge. It's still active. It still runs you. And this is where you notice yourself, you notice some patterns in your life. You notice yourself feeling stuck. You notice yourself getting triggered. Getting triggered is when your response is not proportionate to reality. Imagine I made you in a crossroad. I made you stand at one end of the road. I went on to the other side of the road. I was filming you, but I acted like I didn't even know you. And you had to shout at your full voice, like shout as loud as you can on the road for 2 minutes. Continuously. Just whatever random stuff comes in your mind. And I was there on the other side filming you. And if you have stopped for more than 5 seconds, I'll make you restart it again. When you are doing the shouting, people are like staring at you weirdly, people are judging you. Do you feel scared even listening to this? Even thinking about this, maybe it would like make you sweat, maybe it would make your heart go a little faster. But if you objectively analyze the situation, there is nothing there. What is the threat? If you ever been scared of public speaking, if you've been scared of expressing yourself, if that was a point in which you thought of something, but you just kept it to yourself because you didn't have the confidence to tell what's really on your mind. Objectively, there is no danger, but you feel like you're going to die. And that is getting triggered, which means something that is out of your awareness is getting poked at. And this could be some patterns in your life also, which for me, I personally, like if you looked at the patterns of my life, it would be someone who is not asserting himself, someone who's at the not too high on the social hierarchy ladder. And why it's like it's always been like that. But why? When you question it, when you get triggered, you start getting to the cause. And when you start getting to the cause, when you work on that, you will let go and you will release you'll release the charge behind what's holding you back. Like those things will still be there, those experiences will still be there. You aren't trying to push them away like you were before, but it won't have the same charge on you as before. It won't continue to run you. And that is how you deal with what is keeping you stuck. My name is Yukash Rav, and YouTube thinks that you will like this video. So click on this and I'll see you there.